Good morning, guys and girls. I am back in the woods today. I will apologise for any road noise. There's a main road that runs adjacent to the woods I'm in today. I can't help that, I'm afraid. But what I'm doing today, I'm out in the woods and I'm going to show you how to find and process fatwood. For those of you that don't know what fatwood is, it's normally found in pine trees. I tend to go for dead fallen pine trees, and what I'll do is cut the branch off close to the trunk and you get real good fatwood in there. So I'll show you the process. I'll show you how to process it down and make a fire with it in wet conditions. So yeah, let's go find a pine tree and we'll crack on and I'll show you how it's done. So let's go find a pine tree. So guys, we're lucky here. We just come across a pine tree that's fallen, maybe a bit rotten, but deep inside some of these limbs will be fatwood. So what I will do, I'll get my saw out now, and the best thing to do is saw deep into these bits here, and inside here you'll have fatwood. So let me just get my saw out of my bag and I'll be back with you. And there's a buzzard up there telling me to go away. Hear that buzzard? Right, let's get my saw out. So I've just sawn this limb off here. I don't know if you can see, this is an old dead fallen pine tree, and here is the fatwood. I'll show you how I processed that in a minute. But this deep golden colour wood, it feels like glass. It's solid. Yeah, that is your fatwood. It smells really turpentine-ish, and that's how you find it. I really don't think this camera's going to do this justice, but look at this. This is why I enjoy coming to the woods. You just can't beat this. Take big breaths of fresh air, and all the air smells nice and piney because we're in amongst pine trees. Ah, it's beautiful. Anyway, that's my view for today. Let's go find some pine trees to get some fatwood. There's no trace of wild boar in these woods at the moment either, which is strange because there used to be a lot of wild boar in here. It used to put me off coming in here, but there's nothing being ploughed up, nothing being dug up. So I think their numbers are shrinking, which is unfortunate for them, but fortunate for me because I feel a bit more comfortable coming into the woods knowing they're not here. But let's go find some pine trees. Look at that view. I'm sorry I have to say this all the time, but look at this. What a beautiful day to be alive. Yes, let's do this. Come on, let's find some pine. So I've just come across this big pine tree here. It's another way you can get fatwood is by basically the lower limbs are dead. All these limbs are dead now. It's all just dead wood. It's just dead. So if you get a nice big fat dead one, nice big branch here, like this upper one up here, if you cut that close to the actual trunk, you'll get fatwood in there as well. So I'll show you the process now. Just get my saw out and I'll show you. Beautiful saw. And what you'll see now is pure fatwood in there, see? So that's how you find fatwood from the lower limbs that are dead and basically drying off. Pure fatwood in there. So that's another process of finding it from the lower limbs of the tree rather than find it on a dead full pine tree. So I'll process this now and we'll show you how to make a fire. Yeah, so like I just showed you, lower limbs, only go for the fat ones. It doesn't hurt to cut the head one off. Most of the lower limbs die in time anyway. But I've cut it off with my little silky. That's pure fatwood in there. I'll get my axe now, process this for you, and I'll show you how we can start a fire. That's the way to do it. So let's just walk along here now. Don't know if you can see this massive collection of pine needles. They are collected by the woodland ant, the wild ant of the woods, and they stockpile them all up into a little gathering there, and they build their nest in there then. This was probably done last summer. It's just rotting away now. It's all wet. No ants in there now. But last summer that would have been absolutely heaving with woodland ants. Or should I say wood ants. Yeah. Anyway, let's find our pine tree. So I've just been walking across this tree here. In a big old fat pine tree. What's happened is this big fat branch here that's snapped off the limbs down here. So I'm gonna have a go at cutting this here. Now that should have some real good fatwood in there, right at the stem, right at the base. So yeah, I'll set the camera up, cut that off, and we'll see what fatwood we've got in there. So like I said, what I'm going to do, cut this off the base. It's dead anyway, it's snapped off, something's happened to it, it's snapped off. I'm not doing any damage to the tree at all. I'm just going to cut this back here and see if we can find some fatwood inside. Just as I thought, we have perfect fatwood in there, see? So let's process this now. So just as I thought, see, just deep in there you've got your fatwood. So we'll saw this up again now, down here somewhere. I'll get my axe out and we'll process this fatwood and we'll get a fire going. That's the way it's done. Right, what we're going to do right now, find a nice tree stump, process this fatwood and get a cup of tea going. Ooh. So we'll process this down now and then we'll shave it. Want a nice square block. Out, that was my hand. Look at that, look at the nice deep colour in there. I don't think you'll see it because the sunlight's on it, but that's some good fatwood. Now that is perfect there. Perfecto. So we'll shave that back now. Get a fire on the go. Quite windy, so I basically had a little dilemma. I was doing my little fatwood fire igniting and my battery went flat, so I'm back here now with my battery charged, just to quickly show you how you start a fire with fatwood. So I'll just find a tree stump now. There's one here. I won't go back to the original tree stump I went to because it's a bit far out and the sun is going down. Oh, look at this. Anyway, I'll show you this tree stump here, and actually there's a nice tree stump just by there. Perfect. Look at that. Doesn't get much better than that, does it? So yeah, I'll get my stuff set up and I will show you how to make a fire with fatwood. So like I said before, this woodland is quite close to a road, so it's going to be a bit of road noise in the background. I'm going to show you how to process this fatwood and make a fire. Like I said earlier, my battery died, so I've had to come back to the woods to reprocess this. But never mind, we're here now. I'll shave this down so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to shave this nice and fine so a spark will take to it quite nicely. You can see that, that's all clumping nicely. You can use the back of a knife to do this, but I prefer to use this. A bit of the ferro rod. It's designed to actually do this, so why not use it? We'll grate this up quickly now. Get a spark to it, then we'll show you how it lights. I should have prepped some wood to start a little fire, but I'm only here quickly to show you this. As I said, my battery died. So we'll get a spark to it now. Get a bit of ferrous in there. And there we go. That's burning nicely there. We have a flame. And that's how you use fatwood to make a fire. It's that simple, folks. We'll let that go out now because we're not making a fire. I just wanted to show you the procedure. But the darker stuff, like I said, is the fatwood. It's where the higher content of resin is in the wood. And it's very handy on wet days to start a fire. So thanks for coming along today. We got it done in the end. We got the fire going. We used the old fatwood. I apologise for any car noise in the background. Like I said earlier, there is a main road running right the way through the woodland, which is quite inappropriate, I think, but hey ho, you can't have it all, can you? So I'm gonna go home, have a cup of tea. Thanks for coming along. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to me, give me a subscription maybe if you want to carry on seeing my content. Thank you very much. We'll see you again. Walking back to the car. Let's see people horse riding. It's nice to see horses in the woods. Explains where all the big turds come from. Anyway, I'm back to the van now. Time to get the kettle on.